Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Into the Light Divination. So today's video is going to be a water signs. What do you need to change? So please remember that this reading is for entertainment purposes only. It may or may not resonate. Take what resonates and leave the rest for another person to claim. Okay. With that being said, I also wanted to remind you that I do have tarot readings for sale in the link below or on my main profile page. Okay. And they are 66% off. If you like, you can also join my Ko-Fi and you can access readings and all that kind of good stuff. Okay. Memberships also get discounts on readings above and beyond, and there's also some members only prices. Okay, if that's something you're interested. Otherwise, please consider subscribing to my channel, leaving the video a like, a comment, sharing it if it resonates, or maybe to a friend that you may have that may be interested. Okay, and yeah, okay. So let's cleanse the cards, the energy in the space here. Okay, cleanse the cards, the energy in the space. Cleanse the cards, the energy in the space. Okay, okay, okay. Cleanse the cards, the energy, space. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space. Cleanse the cards, the energy in the space. Okay. Spirit guide, guardian angels, ancestors, I ask for you to join me today in this reading for our Gemini friends, for our water sign friends on what do they need to change, okay? So let's start with Cancer. Cancer, what do you need to change? What do you need to change, Cancer? What are the changes you need to make? What do you need to change, Cancer? Let's start with Cancer, please. Cancer, you have the Eight of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Justice in reverse. So for some of you, you are very much holding yourself back with that Eight of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles is making changes to career is kind of what I'm seeing for you. And then the Justice in reverse is trying to find balance, okay? All right, so let's get that Eight of Swords clarified here, please. Let's get that Eight of Swords clarified, please. Okay. You have the Seven of Swords and the Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So I see you needing to walk away from that mental destruction you're causing yourself with the Two of Cups. Maybe finding a little bit of healing with emotionals or connecting with those loved ones. Okay. And the Ace of Wands is starting a passionate project that can help you kind of work through stuff, right? Expressing yourself through creativity. Okay. What is that Ace of Pentacles, please, for Cancer? What is the Ace of Pentacles for Cancer? They have the Eight of Cups in reverse. They have the Six of Pentacles and the High Priestess in reverse. So Cancer, you have the Eight of Pentacles, right? Foundations. The Eight of Cups is saying holding emotions. The Six of Pentacles is saying finding equal give and take. And the High Priestess in reverse is saying there's something you're not quite seeing very clearly. Okay. I see that you may be looking for solutions for financials, maybe trying to connect with people and finding that equal give and take. Okay. Might help you build a community up. All right. Next, with the Justice in reverse, what do we have for clarification? You have the Five of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So what I see here for you is you're feeling a little bit unbalanced, okay? The Five of Swords is you may be negatively in a little bit of a pessimism side. You need to think a little bit of positivity here. With the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I do see kind of quicker moving energy, but the Ten of Cups in reverse is telling me that you have a little bit of emotional imbalance, and you're kind of back and forth with something here. You're trying to balance yourself, and then you're out of balance. And I see for many of you, you're struggling emotionally because there's something you want to create. There's something you know you need to work on, and then you also know that your emotional balance matters too. So some of you are definitely struggling a little bit, okay? This is something you need to work on and change. Ask for help. It's okay to ask for help, right? Scorpio. Let's go with Scorpio next. Oh, no, they're saying Pisces. Okay, let's go with Pisces next. Pisces, what do you need to change, Pisces? Pisces, what do you need to change, please? Pisces, what do you need to change? Okay. The King of Swords in reverse, the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. Okay, so King of Swords in reverse is telling me that you need to communicate a little bit better with people, Pisces. The Page of Pentacles is saying finding kind of more stability in yourself, believing in yourself more. And the Five of Wands is building on projects, whatever it is that makes you stable, finding work, something like that, okay? What is that King of Swords in reverse? Clarified, please, for Pisces. What is that King of Swords in reverse? Clarified for Pisces. They said no, try again, okay? What is that King of Swords reversed for Pisces, please, okay? You have the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Wands. So Pisces, what this is saying is you need to, with that King of Swords in reverse, you know, truth, clarity, needing to understand that, okay? Or watch how you're speaking. Some of you may need to hold back with that Four of Pentacles, Nine of Cups in reverse. For some reason, you need to hold back a little bit, but be aware of emotional intelligence. And then the Six of Wands is still being able to speak clearly on what it is you need, but also being able to put yourself in kind of the light or in the other person's shoes, okay? With the Page of Pentacles, what do we have for clarification? You have the Four of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So Pisces, for you, that little bit of stability kind of growing there. Four of Wands in reverse is finding something. The Eight of Cups is leaving that emotional distraughtness. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, I do see you a little bit reluctant on certain types of change, okay? The Five of Wands, okay, building energy. Five of Wands, building energy. Five of Wands, please, okay? You have the Death and Rebirth in reverse, the Four Swords, and the Fool card in reverse. So building up on something that you enjoy, okay, creating or whatever. The Death and Rebirth saying, for me, it's saying that that's not anything new. It's something you know, you're good at. Four of Swords is taking rest when you need to. And the Fool is not being naive with it being in reverse, but also like, there's a difference between naivety and, you know, ignorance. You know what I mean? If you get what I'm saying, okay? Next we have the Scorpios. What do we have for Scorpios on what they need to change? What does Scorpios need to change, please? What is it that Scorpios need to change, please? Okay, Scorpios, you have the Five of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups in reverse. So this is telling me that you have a little bit of lack of building energy here. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have to start over, okay? I see this kind of as starting over energy. And then the Eight of Cups in reverse is facing what is emotionally bothering you, okay? So what is that Five of Wands in reverse, please? Okay, Five of Wands in reverse is the King of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the Eight of Swords in reverse. So this is weird. The King of Wands in reverse is you may need to get help for something, okay? The Seven of Swords in reverse is I'm seeing this as you need to speak clearly on what it is you need. And then the Eight of Swords is accepting the change and understanding that you were the only person that's ever held yourself back, okay? What is the Ace of Pentacles for Scorpio, okay? Ace of Pentacles for Scorpio is the Hermit card, okay? So introspection, the Page of Cups, and the Two of Swords. So what I see here is kind of like starting over, right? Hermit is looking within. The Page of Cups is a little bit of emotional understanding or connections with those around you. And the Two of Swords is not listening to the negativity of thyself, okay? With the Eight of Cups in reverse, What do we have here? Eight of Cups in reverse. Some of you may be going to rehab or something, or some kind of program to better your life. Doesn't have to be rehab. It could be a fitness program. It could be anything. It could be education. This is saying don't be so hard on yourself. Understand your faults, but be willing to push through them. With that Eight of Cups in reverse, Four of Swords in reverse. Now is the time for action. Okay, with the Five of Swords, sometimes you will have to listen to what other people say. Doesn't mean you always have to agree with it, but in this case, I'm seeing some of you will have to listen. It may cause distress, but the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is kind of quick moving energy. I see many of you being able to kind of getting over that distress, okay? And that's all I really have for you there, okay? Oh, what is the collective energy for the fire, earth, air, water? Not fire, earth, air. What is the collective energy for the water signs? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that they need to change? What is the collective energy, please, for the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces collective energy? Okay. You have the Four of Wands. Okay. So the Four of Wands is needing to have independence. The Page of Pentacles in reverse is a little bit uncertainty about directions and stability. And the Six of Wands in reverse is, I see a little bit of uncertainty on where you're going. I see you're not like at that spotlight, but I see it more as the Five of Wands. So I see you building to get to this kind of like independence, freedom. So you have independence, but it's not the type of independence you have. You have other people around you. I see you wanting to get to that like on your own kind of situation. Okay. So what is the Four of Wands, please? What is the Four of Wands, please? Okay. The Four of Wands is the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Cups, and the Moon in reverse. All right. So Six of Pentacles in reverse is the one. Okay, so a little bit of independence, but not too much, right? Not enough balance. Definitely I'm seeing some kind of ending and new beginning here. And then the Moon in reverse, I do see you leaving some kind of introspective, kind of like an aha moment. Okay, with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, what do we have here? Okay, Page of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Swords, the Judgment card, and the Page of Wands. So a little bit unsure about your foundation there. The Ten of Swords is walking away like normally mentally from what doesn't work. The Judgment, needing to make a judgment call. And the Page of Wands, I do see you finding some kind of independence and something that you're interested in. Okay, with the Six of Wands in reverse, I see it as the more Five of Wands energy. You have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So it goes kind of like this free, willing, fun-loving spirit to a little bit of uncertainty, okay? Because you're not where you want to be. The Ace of Cups in reverse is, I see some of you emotionally shutting down. That's the wrong card. However, I think it's supposed to be this card, sorry. And then with the Four of Cups, I do see many of you kind of falling back into like a pessimistic kind of mindset. And you need to remember that there's this rainbow here in that pot and you're not paying attention. This card did show up. I normally won't do this, but Magician, I do see you getting where you want to be. There's going to be ebbs and flows, highs and lows, side to sides, and what do you knows, all right? So if that resonated, great. If not, please leave it for another person to claim. Thank you so much for watching, water signs. I appreciate you as always. I hope you have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and goodbye.